Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. I just want to get on very quickly and talk with you about going out to see the solar eclipse today. We went out and I decided to just get out and see it, So we got in the car. We didn't have to drive very far because where we are, we see the sun clearly every day. And so we did that. Unfortunately, today it was very cloudy. There was an overcast and it was a bit disappointing to see. We got out there, as you guys will see from just the few pictures that I'm going to put up here. We got out there and it was cloudy. It was a little bit of drizzle, but not much. And so I would say we got out there about 1 o'clock and we parked the car and was just sitting there, and we knew that it was going to show at a certain time. And as it got closer, it's still super cloudy outside, and we're like, oh my God. So we went out there, right? Because we know that even if it's raining out, even if it's cloudy, doesn't mean that the sun and the moon is not out there. It's just cloudy. So anyway, I'm out there. We got out the car and we're looking around, and it's just cloudy, guys. We have like the big cloudy chunky clouds in the sky. It's just gray, and I was really disappointed. So there were some moments where there was a little break between the clouds and we actually could see that the eclipse was starting, and we knew that by a certain time, another 30 minutes or so, it's going to be a complete, full eclipse. And it would have been great to see the whole thing happening, watch the whole phenomenon, but it didn't go that way because, of course, we saw bits of it. But of course, the clouds would cover that up. And so, we're trying to move around and see if we'll see it at another angle. And I just had to just really realize it's like the sun is exactly where it's supposed to be. The clouds are where it is, but just because the clouds are there does not mean that the eclipse is not happening. So we stayed put for a little bit, and we managed to get bits and pieces of glimpses to see it actually happening. But then the cloud, we missed about a good 15-20 minutes of it. We just had a bunch of clouds and everything. And but what was amazing was the experience, because I felt a little disappointed and was like, oh, we could just go, but we stayed. We decided to just stay. So even though we couldn't see it happening the way we wanted to see it minute by minute, we experienced where it was daylight, right? Because it's in the afternoon and it's bright out. It's cloudy, overcast, but it's still daytime. And just watching everything around us become completely dark was just amazing. Like it was nighttime. It was of such that the the street lights came on and everything. You know what's so funny? There's this little bird that was there. It was a crow, and the crow was just in the parking lot looking around like, what's going on? It's like the crow's looking up at the sky with us, not moving, not even afraid of us, just right there looking around like, what? I'll probably post the crow's picture up here. But it's amazing to see how even birds, even animals, how everything on this planet is in sync and understand that something is different or understand what is going on, because that crow sat there and looked around and was looking up at the sky the entire time. And so, as I said, just watching it go from daylight to complete darkness, where it looks like it's about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and then waiting that time out and watching it come right back to daytime again was a really, really amazing experience. Now, we ended up being able to take some pictures and stuff eventually, but still, as you will see, it's between the clouds. As we were driving and leaving, we did get some full glimpses, but of course, you couldn't look directly at it. We had our our shades on and stuff, the Eclipse shades, which worked beautifully. And I was like, wow, that was amazing. Just felt really good and felt energized and everything. And we were riding around looking at different things and finally got home. And I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and put this video up. And it was pretty cool. So I had just planned to just share some of these pictures, just a few, it's not a lot, to just show you guys what we saw on our end. Of course, other people got a brighter view. But I was very happy to be able to experience that. So anyway, as I was going through the gallery and stuff and getting these pictures to share, a few of them to share, it just crossed my mind, just in my spirit, and this really helped me out to just know that just because we can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. Just because we don't see stuff, it doesn't mean it's not there. I had an expectation, like I had been canvassing the areas, making sure I knew exactly where the sun is. I'm confirming that it's at this time, the sun, I normally see it straight up this way. I'm thinking where I'm going to go to get a full view. Had it all planned out, and it didn't work out that way. There were clouds. It was cloudy. But just because it didn't go the way that I thought it should go, the way that I expected it to go, does not change the fact that that phenomenon, that eclipse, was going to happen. Yes, the clouds came, but it wasn't stopping the show. It stopped me from being able to see things out the way I wanted to see it. But just because this is going on, that's distracting and that seems to be a block, does not mean that God is not at work. You see how I'm saying? And guys, I wasn't looking for nothing special to talk about. I actually have another video that I was going to talk about, which I guess I'll upload that and then I'll let it premiere at midnight. But this was really amazing to know that sometimes, guys, when we don't see things manifest the way we want to, it didn't come out the way, and because we're not seeing it working out the way we wanted to, just because we have no vision or line of sight of it, does not mean that things are not going on behind the scenes. And sure enough, as I stood there, I didn't get to see the whole play by play as we had planned, but guess what? Everything around got dark because it was happening. That was the manifestation of what was going on despite the weather. And then, guess what? It got light again. It got bright again. And as we were driving, it got bright and everything. I felt some type of way a little bit. I was like, come on, Lord, like for real. God knows what he's doing. And so this was a lesson for me, guys, that we just have to realize and remember that regardless of what things look like to us, how it appears to the naked eye, regardless of how we're thinking it should go, and if it does not go the way we expect it to go, it does not stop what God is going to do. It does not mean that he is not moving and he is not working. And sure enough, in the midst of all the clouds and all that nonsense that was going on, guess what? We still had the whole experience. It was still amazing to be out there and see that change. Could have gone home and be salty and put a bonnet on, which I I wouldn't, but you know what I'm saying, could have been all salty, and I would have missed that experience because a lot of people stayed out there and we just sat out there, well, stood up because we were by the car and just watched how this change, this thing that was happening, that's not going to happen for, if I understand, another 21 years, I believe. So yeah. So guys, that's just something to encourage you all to know that no matter what it looks like, God is at work. And that helped me too, because I have my moments. I have my moments, guys, and I'll talk about my moments. I'm going to give you all some videos about that, how I was feeling about some things and like, Lord, what is going on, blah, 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 blah. But I have to trust the process, that no matter what I'm seeing or not seeing, no matter what I'm feeling or not feeling, it does not change the fact that God is moving and he is working despite the clouds, despite the darkness, despite the the attempts to interfere, people who may be trying to mess things up for you, or trying to come between you and someone else, or trying to get you fired, or trying to do laughing at you because there are some delays. Or maybe you're trying to do some things and it doesn't come out the way you expected it to. You're doing that presentation and that projector's not working, or you got a little nervous. Whatever the case is, guys, just know that God is in control. No matter what it looks like behind the scenes, guess what? That eclipse was already ordained to happen. So the clouds came, there was some drizzle, and I got my little announcement on my little devices telling me, oh, it's going to rain. And I went outside, and it's how whatever I saw out there and whatever we may see that discourages us, it does not change God's plans. We just have to know, we know this is going to happen. This is what's been spoken. This is what's going to happen. And there's an expectation. We went out there despite the clouds. And we were like, okay, hopefully a big ray of sunshine is going to come out. And it didn't. But you know what? It did not stop that event from taking place. So I hope this does encourage someone. And hey, those of you that got to see the eclipse, just like in 3D, HD, high definition, I'm glad for you. And man, it's just amazing the world that we're in, isn't it? It's amazing to know that we're on this planet and we're floating around in space. We're not sitting on any foundation anywhere. We're not sitting on the side of a mountain or rock. We're just in the air, guys, just spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour, just fast. It is an amazing thing. We're looking for the aliens and don't realize we are the aliens because we live in outer space, just driving around and flying around in our own little snow globe thinking we're going somewhere. We're not. So, any hoots, guys, you have a wonderful day, and God bless you.